The movie begins with a big lightning strike at Hardwick House Orphanage. Molly has been there her whole life. Miss Adderstone is in charge and very strict, no fun allowed. Molly hides in the laundry room, reading. Rocky, her friend, invites her for a late-night feast. They get caught, and Molly takes the blame. Now, she has to clean toilets all week, and others must be in bed by 6 p.m., only eating fish soup 3 times a day. At dinner, everyone complains about the food, and Edna, the cook, is upset. Molly sees a pamphlet for a talent contest, and the kids talk about who might win. The kind teacher, Mrs. Trinkleberry, takes the younger ones for a nap. Older kids, including Molly and Rocky, argue. Miss Adderstone comes in, yelling, takes the pamphlet, and puts Molly on dishwashing duty. Rocky helps in the kitchen and sings a song. Molly encourages him to join the talent contest, but he is shy. Miss Adderstone interrupts, saying they cannot leave unless adopted. Miss Trinkleberry comforts Molly, saying her parents loved her before they died. The next day, during a run, Molly goes to the library instead of running outside. Rocky wonders where Molly is back at the orphanage. A man named Knockman goes to the library and asks Lucy, the librarian, for a book on hypnotism, but she says they cannot find it. He insists the only copy is here. Molly hears the noise and finds the book under the radiator. While Knockman argues with Lucy, Molly takes the book and runs away. He asks some old ladies where she went. Back at the orphanage, Molly reads the book, learning that only a few have the gift of hypnotism. She tries it but is interrupted by Miss Adderstone's dog, Petula. Molly tries to hypnotize Petula and succeeds, making friends. Rocky arrives, disappointed she forgot to help him practice singing for the talent contest. They go to dinner. Knockman arrives at the orphanage, sees a help sign, and Molly, now friends with Edna, hypnotizes her to cook spaghetti instead of fish soup. Miss Adderstone enters, angry at all the noise the children are making, and is cross the children were served food they actually enjoy. But Miss Trinkleberry praises the nutritious meal. Miss Adderstone has a letter from a couple looking to adopt, and she chooses Rocky. Later, Miss Trinkleberry reminds her that she promised Molly and Rocky would be adopted together, threatening to go to the governing board. Knockman plans to steal jewelry using hypnotism after talking to his mom on the internet. Knockman just needs to get the book from Molly. She looks upset with her son. The next day, he goes back to the orphanage and finds Molly's room. He talks to Miss Adderstone, saying he is here for a job. Molly studies the book, realizing it is hard to hypnotize angry people. Miss Adderstone asks Miss Trinkleberry to change light bulbs, purposely pushing over the chair and causing an accident. Miss Trinkleberry is taken away by an ambulance, and the children are concerned for her. Molly hypnotizes Miss Adderstone, making her be kind to everyone and suggesting the couple adopt a girl named Hazel. Molly checks her records and discovers she was abandoned at birth. At the talent show, Rocky waits for Molly. She rushes but arrives too late. The couple arrives and donates to the orphanage. Miss Adderstone hurries to get Hazel ready, but Rocky meets the couple first. They choose him, and he leaves with them. Molly sees him in their car and feels upset that she was not there for him during the talent show and feels she let him down. A girl tells Molly that she needs to find Rocky and bring him back before Christmas. Knockman confronts Molly, demanding the book, but she kicks him and escapes with Petula's help. Using her hypnotic skills, she takes a bus to London and stays in a fancy hotel. Rocky is in his new room, creating a song. Knockman searches for Molly while she discovers Rocky's new address. The nice hotel manager tells Molly not to hypnotize the staff. Rocky is having breakfast when Molly rings the doorbell. They hug, and she tells him what happened, but he says he is not going anywhere and closes the door. Molly feels sad at the hotel. She watches the Charlie Cooper show, where Davina Nuttall is auditioning singers and dancers for her new show. Molly decides to go, but Davina cancels the auditions. Molly sneaks in and hears Barry, the director, practicing the music. Molly hypnotizes the director into thinking she should replace Davina in the show, and Molly gets the job. The show is renamed Marvelous. Molly gets a makeover and appears on The Charlie Cooper Show. Afterward, excited crowds surround her. She practices dancing and singing, but she is not good at it. Davina, who is not hypnotized, warns Molly that the audience will realize she is no good. Molly studies the book to learn how to hypnotize the crowd. Across the city, Rocky misses Molly. Nachman wants to steal jewelry but realizes he needs the book. Molly gets a call from the orphanage, asking about Miss Trinkleberry. When the kids ask when she is coming back, Molly gets another call and has to leave. Marvelous is sold out, and Molly arrives to a crowd of fans. Nachman's mother sees Molly on TV with the hypnotism book and calls her son. Rocky overhears his new parents discussing a boarding school for him. Later at dinner, Rocky's new parents ask him to play for their friends, but he is nervous. When they pressure him, he throws the guitar, refusing to go to boarding school. Molly starts hypnotizing the audience on stage, making everyone at home and in the studio love the show. Davina arrives during the performance. After dinner, Rocky's parents scold him, and he escapes through the window. Nachman, wearing special glasses to resist hypnotism, watches from the wings. Davina snoops in Molly's dressing room, finding out she is an orphan, and discovers the hypnotism book. She realizes what happened as Nachman enters. They struggle for the book, but are interrupted by a security guard. Nachman hides on the balcony and escapes into a dumpster. His mother calls, telling him about a group planning to steal jewelry tomorrow. She instructs him to steal it using hypnotism, but since he does not have the book, she tells him to kidnap Molly, who already knows how to do it. The show ends, and Molly gets a standing ovation. Barry calls her a star. She tells reporters fame won't change her and mentions her parents who could not make it. Later, she admits she cheated and misses Rocky. Returning to her dressing room, Davina confronts her with the truth. Molly says she no longer wants what Davina has and decides to go back to the orphanage. Davina gives her the book, and Molly heads home. As Molly leaves, she convinces Barry to let Davina take her place in the show. Suddenly, Petula runs away and finds Rocky. While Molly tells Rocky about the book, Nachman lures Petula away with a treat. An assistant gives Molly a note, saying to meet Nachman alone at dawn if she wants to see Petula again. Rocky decides to go with her and hide. Nachman pulls Molly into a van, explaining what she needs to do. The thieves come, stealing the jewels. Molly stands in front of the van with the jewelry and hypnotizes the thieves. Nachman drives the van with Rocky hiding on top. He locks Molly and Petula in a cell, but he cannot open the back cage. Masked people arrive, including Nachman's mom, part of the thieves. She tells Molly to use her hypnotic skills to open the cage, but then she locks Molly back in with Nachman. Molly realizes she is no better than Nachman. They are both cheats. Rocky appears, adjusts some mirrors, and Molly relocks the cage with Nachman's mom and the other thief inside. In Trafalgar Square, the police catch the thieves, and Nachman takes Molly and Rocky to the train station. They ask what Nachman will do now, and he does not know, saying he has no friends. Molly and Rocky offer to be his friends. Molly and Rocky return home with Christmas presents, and Molly shares that London was amazing, but she missed everyone. Miss Trinkleberry takes care of the kids now, and Miss Adderstone stays in her room. Molly visits Miss Adderstone, who is no longer hypnotized and regrets being mean to the kids. She reveals that when Molly was left at the orphanage, she had a locket and a note. Her mother wanted to keep her but could not. Molly goes to the library and meets Lucy, who left the book for Molly to find. Molly asks who Lucy is, and she says she is just the librarian. They shake hands before Molly goes home. Lucy tells her that it was not the hypnotism that made her special, it was her. Back at the orphanage, the kids ask Miss Trinkleberry to stay and take care of them. She agrees as Rocky sings a song in front of the Christmas tree, and the movie ends here.